Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I have a review for you for the book that I just finished, Under the Eye of the Big Bird. Here's the cover and here's the author, and wow, that was a very weird read. But first of all, this video is sponsored by me and my book I'm Not Broken. It's YA fantasy. You can find the blurb down below and the links to check it out. And that's pretty much about it, and let's continue with the video. So I mostly picked this book because I like the cover. Again, it's super pretty and I like the name, and the only thing I knew is that it was sci-fi. And oh boy, it's so weird. I talk a little bit about it while I was blogging, but I finished it and I have to say that I really liked it. I thought it was a very interesting perspective in humanity, in how we are, how we behave, what we think, and like what we will do in the face of extinction. I don't want to spoil it too much. Like I said, I entered this book knowing nothing about it, and that's honestly, that was like the best experience, I guess. I didn't even read the blurb or anything. And what I liked about the book and the author is like she doesn't hold your hand at all. You just enter the book knowing nothing, and it starts very weird, and you're expected to just be patient and learn as you go. And I think it's very rewarding. That was something that I really liked about it, that I knew nothing, and every chapter I was like even more confused than before. And we have different perspectives, I think maybe around 6 to 8, I'm not really sure, and all of them are incredibly different. All of them are very interesting, and I can say it was a joy to read that book. I do not regret it at all, although it was a little bit sad, but it was so interesting. I thought the writing style was amazing, even though this is a translation. I will put the name of the translator right here. It was an excellent job. I loved how everything evolved, and we got to see different perspectives throughout many years, and it was so interesting. Like I said, without spoiling too much, it's about humanity and what we will do to prevent our own extinction. And honestly, it's very sad because we pretty much act out of fear, and it shows. And I think in that aspect is very well done, very realistic, and it is a little bit heartbreaking. You can check it out. Again, it's very interesting sci-fi, very imaginative, and like really the author just let her imagination explode and just be free, and she didn't care, and everything was so interesting, like I said. So it's very worth your time. It's not a very long book. I think the ebook is around 211 pages, so it didn't take me too long, and I am a very slow reader, so I do really recommend it. Qué cutes. One of my cats wanted out. Anyway, now entering into spoilers territory. I have so many. Again, this book gives you so much to think, and it's just incredibly weird. And one of the things that I liked is that pretty much the ending is the beginning of the book. Like the very last chapter, you kind of understand, like, wait, is this referring to the very first chapter? And it is. And I had to go back and read it, the first chapter right away, because I was like, what the hell is going on? So you start very normally with some people going to the river. There is like 3 women, I think, and they are taking the children to the river, and they are talking about their husbands and stuff like that. And the protagonist of that chapter, the main character of that chapter, is like she just married her second husband, and that her second husband have had 4 wives. Like, she's the 4th wife, and they really don't know when they are going to die. Like, it's not like a disease or anything, they just suddenly stop living. And then when the husband dies, you're supposed to, well, no, you're not supposed to, but you can go to the factory and they will give you a bond. How do I even explain this? they give you a bone to kind of remember your husband, your wife, whatever, and it's a small bone, but that small bone takes the shape of the animal that human was created from. And I was like, wait, what? And she said like, oh, I think my husband was derived from a dolphin, like he was created from a dolphin because the tiny skull, it's like a bone. I don't know exactly where in the body, but it forms and it takes the shape of the animal you were made of. And anyway, she thinks it was a dolphin because he checks the records and everything. And I was like so confused, like what is happening? Why were humans created based on animals? And it said that there are some humans based on other humans, but they are like very unstable and stuff. Like there have only been like three, I believe, three people that were successfully created from human cells. And in that town, maybe city, I don't know, I think it's just like a village, I don't know, there's a factory. And the main character says, oh, in that factory food is made and children and wait, oh my god, cats. Anyway, yes, humans are created from animals in a fabric. I forgot the name. Anyway, humans and food are created, and again, just like the animals are created to be eaten and the humans are created so the species wouldn't die, because they don't reproduce. I can't pronounce this word right here. Normally they don't do that normally, so they have to create children and other humans in that factory. So that was very weird. And then we continue with other people and how they behave and who they are. Some of them are clones, and they are called mothers, and they are supposed to raise the children even though they are not theirs. But there was one mother that actually got pregnant, although she shouldn't been able to, or she shouldn't have to. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but there are some people in there that don't behave exactly like they are supposed to, and actually a lot of them are very I was going to say very demure. But yeah, some of them don't quite fit the mold, and some of them develop something like superpowers. Some of them can cure diseases, some of them can read minds, some of them can create fire, I think, explosions, I'm not really sure. And they are all very different. And then there are the mothers, and they are all clones. All of the mothers are clones, and they are equal to each other, and they are supposed to do this one job, that is take care of the children until they turn around 50, I believe. And then a younger version of them arrives, and the older version has to train the new version for like 2 months, and then the old version has to leave. She just leaves, and she doesn't settle down anywhere, and she's just like traveling around, which is very weird. Like that's what it is, and none of them like really question it. Like really the number of people that question their existence or why the things are the way they are just very few of them. And anyway, you have the mothers, you have the watchers. They are also very weird, every community, because the world was at the brink of extinction, right? So there were communities formed, pretty much like the districts in the Hunger Games. If you are from a community, you cannot know about the other communities like at all. It is strictly forbidden. You cannot leave and no one can enter except the mothers, the new mothers, and the old mothers, and the watchers. They can't communicate anything to anyone. So they did this because there are so few people left, that this was an experiment, like really enclose them in this one spot and hope for them to develop new kind of abilities or something in order to survive, because again, humanity is dying out. So in a way, it's like forced evolution, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and again, it's really weird. Also, there's this part, I think it's the watchers, that are part human and part AI. So AI, it said that it helped a lot in continuing the human race, like way before their expiration date, like when they were supposed to die out. AI helped to keep them alive for a while longer, like I believe thousands of years. And they merged together, or AI merged together with some humans, and that was incredibly weird and super creepy, because AI calls humans a host. And now I'm like, wow, that is very parasitic of you. And yes, AI actually calls it like, yeah, we are parasites. They actually, the cells or whatever of the AI lives in the intestine of the host. It's very complicated but very interesting, and the watchers know about the world, right? Because sometimes they have meetings and every watcher talks about their own sector and how is the people behaving, how are they doing, and all of that, but they don't relay that information to, again, the other people, because that is forbidden. So yeah, seeing humanity trying to save itself and then just stop kind of being humans. They learn to not to ask questions, not to like have this desire to learn anything, and we kind of lose something in the process, and in the end some of them start evolving into something that is not quite human anymore. So I don't know how much you can evolve and still call yourself a human. Like I'm not sure where is the limit, and if there is even one. Like I don't know, maybe you can say like in the book there are people in there without a nose and 3 eyes, and they're still humans, but I don't know, like for me that will be so weird. And it is said that some people are really scared of them because they are so different, and especially if they are supposed to be like you. What I think is very sad is that even after all of that and playing with the human genome and everything like that and forced evolution, the human race still died out, but it died out being incredibly different from what we know now. I think it would have been like way better to just like let things happen and not try to do the things that were done. But I get that, because fear was the primordial reason why the people did what they did, to try to preserve humanity, even though at the end a lot of those people weren't really that human anymore. So was it even worth it? Like that is the question. Like sure, life was prolonged, but at what cost? It leads you to think really, like, who created us, where do we come from, and what will we do to prevent our own extinction? Is it even worth it? Like all this effort, all this experimentation, and all this need for survival just to end up that way, like really not even living anymore like freely. Like I said, the people in those communities couldn't live, they couldn't be who they wanted to be. Like only a few of them wanted different things. All of them seemed to think the same, do the same, and just like carry out life without questioning anything. And so again, it's not even humanity anymore. So I think it's one of my favorite books of the year. Not that I have read so many, but I intend to read more. So I do really recommend it. Even if you got spoiled, I think it will still be an interesting read, because you just find out so much through every character, every protagonist of their own chapters, and just how everything is handled, how everything is explained. I think I will be reading more from this author, because what the hell, this was incredible. Really was really good. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you read the book, please let me know in the comments if you liked it, how did you rate it, and if you're planning to read it. So I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.